Welcome to another Website Wednesday. And today we are going to talk about the 80th Infantry Division website. But before we go there, I just want to let you know that after World War I, but more after World War II, reunion associations, veteran associations began forming. And these were usually based on a ship or division level, depending on what military branch we're talking about. And the veterans would gather together. They created a formal association. And over time, they began to record stories. They began to accumulate documents and books and different things to preserve their history. Now, a lot of these groups have disappeared over the years because they were run by veterans. And as the veterans began aging out and dying, and there was nothing in place for anybody to take the association over, those groups closed. Also, some associations may have had the funds and the know-how to create digital documents and put them online. Others didn't. So if you come across any of these division associations, the 80th Division, the 90th Division, the 7th Armored Division, any other group, download all the records that you think you might need today because tomorrow they could be gone. The same thing happens with there was an armed guard from World War II website that had been up for decades, and the owner passed away. So that incredibly valuable website disappeared. Thankfully, somebody else was able to take that over and obtain everything, and he's been rebuilding it for the last couple of years. But again, it's just another example of if you find it online, you need to download it now. Now, for those associations that you find that don't have any records on their website, reach out to them or go into Facebook and see if they have a Facebook group. Like the 104th Infantry Division Timberwolves. Their original association closed and they created the Timberwolf Pups Association. Their website really has no military records, but if you go to their Facebook group, somebody probably has exactly what you need. So let's take a look at one of the websites, the 80th Infantry Division. My friend Andy Adkins has created a wealth of knowledge there, and I think you should know about it. Okay, on the 80th Infantry Division site, Andy has amassed a large amount of military records through his own efforts and through the efforts of other people. A lot of the 80th Division records, from company level morning reports to unit records, histories, after action reports, have been digitized. Now, is this everything? I'm not sure, but Andy continues to update the website and he adds information not only for the 80th Division, but different units that may have been attached and other resources that might help a future researcher. So what do you do? Well, when you go on their website, you can scroll down to the 80th Digital Archives and start with World War II archives. He also has some things for World War II and World War I research if you want to take a look. But let's just go into the morning reports. Now, some of you know that the Army morning reports do exist through December 1944, at least as of August 2026, on the NARA catalog. However, for the 80th Division, Andy has them here. They have been digitized and you can start to go through them. Now, they're not as searchable like you would find on the National Archives catalog, but if you know that your individual was in one of these segments of the 80th Division, you can start to go through them and locate the records. So this is one place. Now, this has been available for even longer than the morning reports have been on NARA catalog. So it's been a huge resource for anybody that transferred in or out of the 80th. 4th Armored Division was attached to the 80th, and a lot of their records are here. You have different morning reports, and you can also go back out to their main area and look for histories, after action reports, all of those kinds of things. And again, Andy's got them broken down into the infantry regiments, the battalions, 4th Armored Division, and other attached units. So what I invite all of you to do is, number one, if you're not that familiar with World War II records, just go spend some time on the 80th Division website and take a look at what's here. Download a few records and get a feel for what has been recorded. Now, please know that not every military unit, regardless of branch, has all of the records that were created while overseas. Some of them could have been destroyed by fire, being transported in a vehicle that was hit by artillery or mine. Maybe they were mold or water damaged. They could have been on a ship that was sailing home to return the records to stateside, and it could have sunk. A lot of things could have happened that made these records unavailable now. Okay. But you'll at least get a feel for what is available. So take a look at the 80th Infantry Division website. Maybe go over to the 90th and take a look and see what's there. And just look up the unit that you are looking for. It used to be that the Army Air Force units, bomb groups, fighter groups had extensive websites. But again, most of those groups have gone under, they're closed, and those records and everything are no longer online. So if you find something online, grab it, download it today, document where you received it so that you could go back, or if you were writing a book, you at least can cite the source. And don't let these records disappear. Maybe you can even share some of them through your own website if you keep a blog. Tell the story of your veteran. All right. If you have any questions, let me know. If there's a website you would like me to kind of take you on a quick walkthrough, let me know. Leave that information in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and also visit the Ancestral Souls Wisdom School, because I do teach classes 3 days a week generally on military research focused on World War II, but the strategy that I developed applies to World War I, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. In August 2026, I have an Army morning report class. I've got my Army classes. I have a World War II POW class. So if you had somebody who's a prisoner of war, we're going to go through that. I have a World War II death records class and a brand new one for those who only want to research online. And I'm going to tell you what you might be able to find and why you still need offline records. So go take a look, grab a freebie, subscribe to my newsletter, and let's tell their stories.